This has an alcohol base, so I believe, okay, Sizzle, I believe, Bienvenue mes amis sur ma chaîne YouTube, or welcome to my YouTube channel, friends. I hope you guys are having an amazing week. Today we are going to take a quick trip to France, and we are going to be making one of my favorite treats to make, and what I also did for Christmas gifts this year, pralines. Let's get into it. First, you are going to need these ingredients that are in front of you. So we're going to be using granulated sugar, chopped pecans. You can also use whole if that's what you have. Brown sugar, heavy whipping cream, a little pinch of salt, 4 tablespoons of butter, and also vanilla extract. This comes in at the very end, but I'll explain all of that as we go. As you can see, I also have my measuring spoons over here, and this little cup of water is going to be used for a cute little trick that I use to tell if the pralines are ready to be taken off of the heat if you don't have a candy thermometer. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, first things first, we are going to turn on the eye to high. And then we're going to start combining ingredients into the bowl on the stove. So I already pre-measured. This is a half cup of granulated sugar and a half cup of brown sugar. I'm going to put that in there. We are also going to add a half cup of heavy whipping cream. And then finally, we are going to add 4 tablespoons of butter. And we are going to let all of that melt down, stirring occasionally, but essentially we just want everything to dissolve. And it's going to look a lot better than what is happening right now. But these are the first few little steps. You're going to just cook this down. We will come back once everything is dissolved, and I will show you a little bit more about what we're looking for as we continue to make this mixture melted, and how long we are going to actually have this on the heat, because at some point we do take it off. So give me a few minutes and I will be right back. All right, once everything is combined and melted, we are going to turn the heat down just a little bit to a like medium high heat. Let it continue to bubble. You don't have to continuously mix this. You can honestly leave it alone for the most part and just periodically check in and mix it. But a lot of how we are going to determine whether or not or when to take it off the heat is going to be by how the bubbles look. You can also utilize what I have right here, and that is a candy thermometer. We are going to go to, I believe, 240 degrees, 238. So right under 240. My thermometer is actually really cool because it gives you right where the soft ball thread is, because it is a very small window. So you're not going to want to overshoot it. And you also aren't going to you're not going to want to like undercook it either, because then it's not going to solidify correctly. So give it a little stir right there. Oop, one thing that I forgot to do is adding a little pinch of salt. Don't ask me what the pinch is for. I just know most great recipes have a pinch of salt up in there, so we're going to add it. And that is also how I was taught to make it. So as you can see, we are looking pretty good. Right now, the candy thermometer is showing a little under the threshold. So we're looking around 220 right now, still bubbling. I'm gonna give it a nice good mix again. Now, when we take it off of the heat, things are gonna move really fast. Things are gonna move very, very fast. So I might be very focused. Might have my game face on, but just know I am just trying to not completely mess these up because they're so delicious once they come out. But we will come back once it is about ready to take off of the stove. And yeah, give me a few minutes. Okay, party people, so we are back, and this is what your mixture is gonna look like right before you're gonna take it off. A quick little trick that I use, I take a little glob of this mixture and I put it into a little bit of cold water. You're gonna wanna make sure it solidifies right, so if it forms a little ball like this, we're good to go, so it can be removed from the heat. So that's what we're gonna do now. All right, as I mentioned, things move fast once we are off the heat. So I'm going to continue to mix. We don't want any burning to happen. But now that we are off the heat, I am also going to add vanilla extract. This has an alcohol base, so I believe, okay, Sizzle, I believe I believe the reason we add it once it's off the heat is so that we don't completely cook that out. And then we are also going to take this moment. Hello. Sorry, trying to get this situated. We're also going to take this moment to add your pecans, or if you're making almonds or almond pralines, that's also an option. Now, this is the part where you're gonna want to begin to see how things look, just as a little visual. When the mixture loses its sheen a little bit, its shine, yeah, sheen sounds good. Kind of like from Jimmy Neutron. You are gonna want to start transferring that over to your parchment paper. Today, I do not have parchment paper, but what I do have is Reynolds wrap, and that will work. So I use a little scooper like this, and I drop them. So boom, just like that. Just like that. Oh, these are gonna be good. This is a good batch, guys. Let's go. All right. And you see how quick that was to make? I did not do a lot off camera, guys. I did not do a lot off camera. This is not going to be something that is going to take you a long time to make. It is something that is going to always be a delicious treat for anyone. If you have someone from the South around, they will love this recipe. And you can also dress it up and dress it down as well as you perfect your own way of doing things. I have tried different flavors. I have tried adding a little bit of bourbon for a little razzle dazzle, if you will. And it's just so easy it's an easy recipe to make your own. I guess I'll put it that way. And I love it. I actually first learned how to make this with one of my closer friends, Asia, back when I lived in Savannah, Georgia. It was, I think, like our last little activity that we did before I moved. So very sentimental moment, but I'm so glad that we went to this cooking class where we learned how to make it, because it has become a go-to for me. If there is a quick gift that I need to do or give, or if I want to bring something really quickly, for a work thing or whatever the case, they're just so quick and so easy. But once you have them all scooped, you are pretty much done. You are going to let those cool. You're going to leave them, let them be, and let them cool. And then once they have cooled, you're going to package them or you're going to eat them. One thing that I really like to do is if you have some ice cream, making it like a sundae, you can crumble it up. It's really delicious. You can eat them straight. Usually they don't last super long for me. But yeah, there's just so many ways to enjoy pralines, and it is something that I feel like everyone should try because, like I said, very cost efficient, very easy to make, and always a crowd pleaser. So you're always going to be impressing your friends when you bring these to whatever event. But I will bring a little bit of a close up so that you guys can see what the finished product look like. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. A biento, or see you soon.